Hey eBayers, it's Suzanne A. Wells. Welcome back to another video, and today we have a Money Making Monday. These are sales from the February 12th, 2018 thread on my Facebook group. If you aren't aware of what this video is about, or this is your first time watching one, I have a Facebook group called Stay at Home Moms Selling on eBay. However, it's not just moms, it's anybody who wants to join. We started the group in 2008 and it's gotten too large to change the name, so we have to stick with the name. Anyway, what we do every Monday is Shani starts the post, and members of this group, which we just hit 29,000, will post their sales from the past week. Interesting, unusual, whatever they want to post. Really, there's no guidelines. So you post a link to the listing, how much you paid for the item, where you got it, how much it sold for, and if you remember how long you've had it, how long it took to sell. And this gives a slice of life kind of look at eBay selling as far as what really sells for people. Sales prices, you can go look at the listing and see if it was fixed price or best offer, and any of the details you want to know about the item. That's why we link to the item, so you can go look at it. So this is a very informative post. If you're not in my group, please come join us and add your sales or just read. There's lots of people in this group that don't ever post anything. They just are there to learn. So that's totally fine. I know a lot of you are kind of anti-Facebook. You don't like it. You don't know it. You don't want to do it. That's fine. Just set up a profile and keep it private. And you don't have to do anything else on Facebook but this. So anyway, that is what this is about. So let's get started here. We are going to start with Janine, who sold some buttons. She said she learned about selling higher end buttons from Suzanne. Oh, okay, thanks. Paid $1.99 for a Ralph Lauren blazer, took the buttons and tags off and sold them for $17.97 plus $14 shipping to Israel about a month later. So I do have a video on this. Check the link at the top for that. To learn more about selling buttons. But yeah, you absolutely can do this if you find an item that is cheap enough. Maybe the blazer is damaged. Go ahead and buy it if it's cheap enough, and you can sell the buttons. And what she did here was she's got the buttons and the tags from inside the blazer. So if somebody wanted to take like a inexpensive Target blazer and jazz it up a little bit, you know, this is the way to do it. Now there were some comments on another video I did about this contributing to counterfeit, fake knockoff blazers if we're selling the embellishments like this. And to be honest, I really don't think that's happening with this. The counterfeiters you need to worry about are the ones that are, selling the stuff on the street corner in the hundreds and thousands of items, and they have these huge operations where they make a large number of items at a time. And this is just for somebody who either wants the replacement buttons because they've already got the blazer and they're missing a couple of buttons, or they want to take a lower brand and embellish it to look more expensive, or they just want the buttons. So yeah, my honest opinion on is this on eBay, is this button selling thing contributing to knockoff and inauthentic items being resold? No, I doubt it. This would be a very labor intensive way to do that. So I wouldn't worry about that. Okay. So moving on, let's see who else we've got here. This is Dana, who was the cover picture of this video. She is here in Atlanta. She lives kind of near me, and I'm surprised we haven't run into each other at thrift stores, but I'm sure we will at some point. She got these Pampers diapers for $5 at an estate sale, sold in less than 24 hours for $150 plus shipping. Okay? And so you may be wondering, why in the world would somebody want these? They're just diapers. And a lot of times this stuff in vintage packaging, believe it or not, people collect it. It could be used in production of a movie or a, TV show or anything like that. There's just no telling what people do with collectibles, but my guess is that this is used for some type of collectible purpose. This was not purchased for its intended use of being a diaper. It's purchased for the vintage quality of it. Who knows? It could be going in a museum somewhere so that 50 years from now, people will see what the packaging and the marketing look like on diapers from the 80s. You just never know. Just look at what the market will bear, but she was smart enough to know to pick these up for $5 at an estate sale, sold for $150 plus shipping, so that is a huge profit. And that's what eBay is about. Somebody asked here if you think people are actually using them or decorating a nursery. I'm sure they love the design of the package. Also, Dana says that there's a percentage of people that adults use the diapers, but like for I don't even want to say like dress up, like not family friendly stuff that I really want to talk about on this channel. So yeah, adults have their potty games and all that gross stuff they do, but that's their business. But I honestly think it's more of a collector's item. So just keep that in mind of anything that you see with vintage packaging, that these things are in the movies and in TV shows all the time. They're props, so just keep that in mind. If you would like to read that discussion, you may go to the group and read that. Okay, let's move on to something else. Let's see. Here's another great brand. Bethany Henderson paid $3 for this Patagonia jacket, and it sold for $35 plus shipping. It had flaws. So let's take a look at what was wrong with it and the fact that it sold anyway. So this is what I want you guys to understand, especially you new people that think everything has to be perfect. It does not. This is a coat. Is it a kid's coat? I'm not sure. Yep, it's a kid's coat. So that to me says it's going to get beat up a little bit anyway. Especially if this is like, this kid's going to put this on and go play out in the snow, or like in Georgia out in the cold and the mud and whatever we got down here. It's going to get beat up a little bit. So why buy a brand new coat knowing that it's going to get used and beat around a little bit? As the second child of 4, I always got hand-me-downs, always, and if not from my sister, from her friends, because I never got anything new. And it was because my parents knew that it was going to get worn and beat up anyway, so why buy something new? I wasn't like an abused child or anything. I just was like, when you're not the first one, I had an older sister, and I got all her hand-me-downs. So I was like excited to get stuff to wear. I didn't care, but rarely did I get, when I was little, did I get something brand new, because it just didn't make sense to do that. So let's see what the flaws are. Okay, there's a few pulls in the fabric here on the front, and that looks like about it. Let's see what she says in her listing. Shows some slight wear inside pocket, and the zipper is stuck. So whoever bought this is going to, the pocket zipper is stuck, I believe she's saying. Whoever bought this isn't going to worry about that. This is a great coat anyway. So paid $3 for it, sold it for $35 plus shipping. So things do not have to be perfect to sell on eBay. Okay, let's see what else we can find here. This is a good one. Heather Goodson picked this up Saturday at auction for 50 cents, listed and sold yesterday. So it sold in one day for $75 plus shipping. So let's see what this is. Old Testament Daily Study Bible Series, Volume 24 set. So it's a Gibson Bible set. It sold for $75 and she paid 50 cents for it. So what is the key to this? Getting it listed. She could have bought this and let it sit there for 6 months, but she got busy and got it listed and it sold right away. So if you're having trouble getting your things listed, please check out my virtual assistant service where we list things for you. We're doing maybe 2,000 listings a month now for other sellers, and their items are selling because they're getting listed. So I'll put the link to that below the video, and also look above there for the link to a video that explains this more. But it's never an issue of if you can find things, it's getting them listed. So I won't preach any more about that. Oh, here, well, here's Gigi. She's one of our clients. I think she's on like her 60th batch. I mean, she just sends the stuff in like crazy. Another great listing and sale thanks to my VA, Jen. Over 100 items listed this week. Yes, so this is what I'm talking about. Paid $1 at a bag sale and sold within a couple of weeks. So let's see what she's got here. LL Bean. Yeah, that brand sells really well, especially if it's a tall, like jackets or shirts or whatever that are tall. Eddie Bauer and LL Bean do very well in the tall sizes. I always look for that because they're a little hard to find. So here's the item. It's just a pretty pink sweater. I think it's a sweater, or is it a jacket? Yeah, it's kind of both. And this sold for $27.71. So basically Gigi bought this for $1, and then she paid us $2 to list it. And then she's got her eBay fees on top of that. So she's got less than $5 in this item, and it sold for $27 in a couple of weeks, and she didn't have to list it. We did. So that's how this works. Let's see what else. Okay, Tammy. I just picked on Tammy because I saw the picture here, and I love looking for granny square stuff too. So she purchased this at auction for $20, and it sold on sale for $50.50, 15 cents plus shipping after a couple of months. And it is a handmade granny square Afghan, black with multicolored squares. These are still a pretty hot thing. They don't sell for quite as much as they used to, but still a good flip. So she paid $20 for this and sold it for $50. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, and let's see what else. We've got Melanie, my daughter here, who's got a couple of her sales. Let's see what she's got here. I don't even see what she sells. I just watch for her on Money Making Monday. We just both stay so busy. So she bought this for $2 at Value Village, sold for full price. And what is it? It is a limited, that's a store, at a mall, the limited, extra small halter sleeveless top. And that's pretty cool looking. She is good at picking out fun clothes. That's a great sale right there. So she sold it for $20 and she paid $2 for it. So, you don't have to have all these high-end clothing brands to make money. It's just a matter of having an eye for it. And, this is definitely learned. If you are not into clothing and not into styles and understanding all that, then don't sell clothing. If you don't like it, don't do it. Find something you do like. There's so many other categories you can sell in on eBay. You don't have to just do clothing. That's just what I enjoy. I worked at Macy's when I was in college, and I enjoyed it. I liked that job. I worked in the juniors clothing department, and that's kind of where I learned a lot of these names of fabrics and styles and construction of garments and all that kind of stuff. So that's really the only clothing education I have. And then I just am self-taught from when I started selling on eBay and realized there was so much clothing in our thrift stores that I could, I just saw the possibility of making a business out of connecting people on eBay with the resources around me, and that's how I got into it. Here's another one that Melanie did show me. This one. This was $2, and she sold it for $19.99. But the reason she bought this was the cat design. She is a freak for cats. She just loves her cats, and in fact, we had one cat when we moved from our house in our big house in 2015, and we kind of downsized, and the cat went with her and stayed with her, and then we sort of ended up in the same apartment complex last year, not on purpose, it just worked out that way, which it was destined to be. Anyway, so we live in the same complex, and she decided she wanted a second cat because the other cat, Twinkie, she's a yellow tabby. She's, 17 years old. And she's like, oh, she's lonely. She needs a friend. So she goes and adopts a cat from the shelter, and it's like 2 years old, and that thing is just... It's crazy. It's just wild and running around and climbing stuff and getting on top of the refrigerator and just, ah! So it's freaking out the older cat. So guess what? Guess who got to take the older cat in and has it now, which is fine with me. It's okay. But Melanie loves her cats. So long story short, if you're anti-cat, you didn't care about any of that. But these little shorts or skirt or whatever this is has cats all over it, and she knew it would sell because people who are a freak for cats like them on everything. So sure enough, this is not a brand that we would normally sell, H&M. It's a mall brand, but this was just unique and different and had the cats on it, and so that's why she bought it. Okay, it took me like 5 minutes to tell you about that one item. So anyway, too much of a backstory there. Okay, let's see what else we have. Let's see what we can find. Oh, here's a good one. Michelle paid $38.79 at outlet, sold for $94.99, global shipping program to France. And obviously this is more than most people are going to want to pay for something, but she, tripled her money. So these are a nice pair of Sorel boots. That's a great brand to sell, and you can see they've got the bear. That's their logo. And oh, these are very nice. These probably retail for $150, I'm guessing. She's got the box there. I wonder if they have the price. I don't see the price on it. Anyway, so she did well on that. She paid $38 and sold it for $95 basically, plus shipping. So still a good flip, even though it wasn't like a super cheap, $1 item. Okay, Allie has this Paw Patrol Build-A-Bear plush. Paid $1, sold for $55.25 plus shipping. It's retired, so that always helps. Yes, I was actually doing some listings for a client this weekend because we kind of got short-staffed, so I jump in and do that when needed. But these retired Build-A-Bears, they go for a lot of money. I mean, this just looks like some basic little dog. It doesn't look that special. So let's see what it says on the tag here. Here's this. It's just a little puppy, a little brown puppy. And it's got the Nickelodeon on the tag. 2016 Build-A-Bear Workshop. And nothing else identifying it. So it's Paw Patrol Rubble with sound. Okay. So yeah, you want to always make sure that works or put in new batteries to make sure it works. Some people carry around batteries in their purse or whatever, different sizes, so that when you're in a thrift store, if something requires battery, you can just pop them in there and see if it works. So you don't have to buy a dud, because you might get home and it doesn't work. Obviously, you always want to open up the battery compartment and look at it. It could be corroded. It has all that green or white powdery stuff in there. If it's corroded, it's probably not going to work. Or it could be a hazard if you put batteries in there and try to make it work. That's not good. So that might be something you want to think about if you're getting into selling anything battery operated, whether it's electronics, toys, anything like that. Carry around some AA, 9 volt, AAA, whatever sizes these would take, so that you can pop those batteries in and see if the item works. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Wow, what does Janae got? She finds the best stuff. Paid $10 at Goodwill, sold in a couple of days for $118. Wow, what is it? What is it? Sicily Paris Ecological Compound Emulsion Day and Night All Skin. So it's a lotion. I always look up anything like this new in the package if I haven't heard of it. Sometimes you'll find like Bath and Body Works, Lancome, any of those mall brands, Clinique, that type of stuff. So here's one, Sisley, Sisley, is this from Paris? Yeah, from Paris. So she turned $10 into $118 in just a couple of days. That's why we do eBay. And Janae says here that, Linda asked her, did you know this brand? And Janae says, no, I just look things up while I'm out. So that's what you have to do. Just look things up while you're out if it looks good, or if it's new in the package or something like that. Oh, here's another good one. This is Michelle Coley, paid $6.40 at Savers, sold for $83 at auction. What is it? I have never heard of this brand. What is this? It's Inknburn. Inkenburn. Is it Swedish? Oh, no, Ink and Burn, like it's 2 words. Skirt. It looks like a tennis skirt, but I guess it's just a casual skirt. It's red plaid. I'm going to have to check out this brand, Ink and Burn. I was trying to make it like exotic sounding, like IKEA. Very interesting. Anything that could sell for $83, that's fantastic. Let's see what she started her bidding at. $79.99. So I'm definitely going to check that out. Everyone else is saying here, never heard of it. And she says, this is only the second piece I found in 6 years. If you find it, grab it. I'm actually surprised that it didn't go for more, but still a great profit. There was one like this, but pink and purple, that went for over $300. Wow. And there's my 17-year-old cat walking around protesting that I'm not paying attention to her. All right, let's see what else. We've got Erica, who always has great things every week. Bought at a thrift store for $5.24, listed with a repair disclosed for about 6 weeks, took a best offer of $50, and this is St. John. So if you're not familiar with this brand, this is one of the holy grail of clothing brands that you want to learn the label. This is a very smart looking cardigan or jacket, and this is what I call Emily Gilmore style, if you're a fan of the Gilmore Girls. Very classic, very conservative, that type of thing. Pretty buttons. St. John is known for its beautiful buttons and details on their clothing. See, there's the button, looks nautical. And let's see there's the little flaw right there. Just a small little imperfect place in the fabric. Let's see what she says about it in her listing. Tiny area on back of left sleeve that had been repaired at some point. See last photo. So Another one that's not perfect, but she still made a profit. She bought it for $5.24 and sold it for $50. So she still sold it for 10 times what she paid. So there we go. Let's see what else. Oh wow, here's another one from Erica. Bought at Goodwill for $12.99, priced high for about 8 weeks. The right buyer finally saw it and took a best offer of $125. So let's see what this is. Vintage Waverly Bicentennial fabric. Okay, so it's fabric, and it's 11 yards of fabric. Waverly is a well-known brand of fabric, you know, for sewing, making curtains, whatever. Let's see what else she says about this. 48 inches wide, 11.5 yards long. And so what'd she say? She bought it for $12.99 and took $125 best offer, so almost sold it for 10 times what she paid. Perfect. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Here is one from Lisa Bush Darwin, Matuk, not sure how to say that. Flat sheet, paid $2 at an estate sale, sold for best offer of $65 after a couple of days. This is a new to me high-end brand that I'll be looking for from now on. I found 3 in the last month or so. So let's see what this is, and I guess I need to put that on my list of things to make a video about because I've not heard of this one either. Matouk, Matuk, I'm guessing. And it is just a full-size flat sheet. Wonder what thread count it is. That's what I look for. I love those super high thread counts that are so comfortable. I don't see that on there. I'm all about comfort. I'll spend $100 on a pair of sheets that have a high thread count, but they last for like 10 or 15 years. So I'm all about comfort. You know, you only spend a third of your life in the bed, so you might as well be comfortable. So she got these at an estate sale for $2. And just a reminder, my estate sale class is ready. If you have been hesitating to go to estate sales because you don't know how to do it, you don't understand it, you've never been before, you're intimidated, this is for you. I got that question a lot, how to do estate sales. So this is a course. It's 2 hours of video. I'll put the link to this below this video so you can go check that out. But it's all about how to shop at estate sales, what to look for, you know, avoiding what the crowds are looking at and going the other direction, all that kind of stuff to help you expand your sourcing knowledge and find other things, because a lot of times there's things at estate sales that you're not going to see at thrift stores. So check that out if you are interested in learning more about estate sales. Okay, let's do a few more here. Let's see what else we've got. Here's another one by Lisa Bush Darwin. Paid $2 at an estate sale, sold for $47 plus shipping after a couple of days. So she must have been to an estate sale where they had a lot of nice sheets. These are Lily Pulitzer. Home new full-size fitted sheet, blue aloha cotton pineapple fruit. So they're brand new in the package. 300 thread count. That's pretty nice. That's pretty soft. And here's all about the package. Brand new. And she sold these for $47 and she paid $2. So she made almost 25 times her investment on this one item. Fantastic. All kinds of things to sell on eBay, not just clothes. All right, let's see what else we can find here. Oh, here's a good one. Ann Fisher purchased this dress as part of a lot from my overstock and liquidation group. I think with shipping I paid about $3.75 for it. It sold for $35 in 4 days. So let's see what that is. It is a Tahari sleeveless panel bodycon sheath dress, navy turquoise, size 0. That's a cool looking dress. Okay, very nice. And what's it made of? It's cotton. I thought it might have been silk. Okay, so if you don't know what she's talking about here, let me show you real quick for those people who either have extra inventory to sell or need another place to get inventory. I have this group. It's called eBay Overstock and Liquidation. And what we do here is people who have things to sell, lots of items. This was designed for eBay sellers to connect people who have too much stuff with people who need stuff. So the objective here is to for the sellers in this group to price things so that resellers can purchase the lots and still have room to make a profit, to sell everything individually. So like this one, for example, this is Linda in Hawaii. She finds tons of great stuff over there, but it's just too much for her to list. So what she's doing is she has some things for sale in this group, and like this lot of clothing is $105 and you get 30 items. So you're paying $105 plus $18.85 shipping. And she's got pictures of all the items in the lot here. And so it's like you know, connecting the haves with the have-nots kind of thing. Because I know a lot of you out there just don't have a way to get inventory. Either you live in a place where it's hard to find, or you have some type of challenge where you can't get out and do it. Maybe you're a caregiver. Maybe you have several children and it's just too hard to go. Or maybe you're disabled and you can do things online, but it's really hard for you to go anywhere. That type of thing. So if you come to this group and want to buy things, there's no charge. But if you want to list things for sale, there's a membership of $25 a month to list things for sale. So if you want to buy things, you can just go to that group and look, and then you can buy stuff. So that's what Anne is talking about here, that she bought a lot of clothing and she's listing everything separately. I noticed that so many sellers have access to so much great stuff, and it's like this is a way you can help people who actually need the inventory and have the time to list everything individually, and you might not. Okay, so enough about that. Let's see what else we have here, and then we'll wrap this one up for today. Let me move down the list here and find some new people to give a shout out to. Oh, here's another Mackenzie Childs item. Let's go back up and look at that. Where did that go? Here it is. Okay, I've talked about Mackenzie Child in another video. You can look at the link above and go watch that. If you don't know about this, Lisa paid $5 at an estate sale. It sold for best offer of $85 after a few months. She's almost come to the end of her Mackenzie Child's items. Can't wait to find more someday. So let's take a look at this. She had it priced at $100 and she said she took an offer of $85. And it's a sugar bowl. So it's a small ceramic item that she found for $5 and sold for $85. And it's discontinued, and that's what's making it so expensive. Well, Mackenzie Childs is expensive anyway, but the fact that it's discontinued is making it more expensive. Oops. Okay, let's pick a couple more things here. Gotta love Facebook. Everything's always popping up. Okay, here's a plush. Sine says she bought this Hello Kitty plush for $1 at Goodwill and sold in 10 minutes for, what'd she say? $30 with free shipping. I probably would have taken that. Oh, I love Hello Kitty. She's so cute. Let's see, is she... Oh, she's in the wizard outfit. Ah, okay. So, $1 for this cute little Hello Kitty with the purple wizard outfit, and it's still got the tag on it. So she turned $1 into $30 after about 10 minutes of being listed. So you've got to get your stuff listed. You may have something sitting right there in your pile next to you or in the next room that could sell immediately. So I'm hoping this video is motivating you to get listing, because if it's not listed, it can't sell. Okay, let's find something else here. Oh wow, here's a good one. A hat. KC, new personal best for a baseball hat. Yes, I'll say so. It was $1 and she sold it for $49 with free shipping. Thrift store purchase after only 3 months. So this is the other side of it. You may list it and you may have to wait. There's some delayed gratification with eBay, and that's something a lot of people just don't understand. You have to wait sometimes, but your listings will come to fruition. That money will come, but you have to be patient. So here is, oh, it's Indian motorcycle racing. That's why. It's probably a collectible. So here is her snapback hat. Looks in great condition. It's clean, very clean. And there's the back of it with the Velcro. It's not really a snapback, but it's strap back mesh cap. Now notice she didn't put Velcro in her title, because you're not allowed to do that. That is a trademarked copyrighted word. You cannot use it in your title. You can use it in your listing. But eBay has a rule on this. Actually, Velcro as a company says that it is a trademarked word and it cannot be used in your eBay title. So good job on that. Turning $1 into $49. That's fantastic. Look through those hat bins. You never know what you might find. Okay, let's see what else we can find here. Oh wow, here's another plush. D. Sweeney found this little guy, new with tag, for $5 at Goodwill, sold for $90 plus shipping to Tokyo. Yay for international shipping. Took a little over a month to sell. So let's see what this is. Disney, Yoda. Oh, this is a hidden Mickey. Okay, I have a video on hidden Mickeys. If you don't know what they are, you want to know, because they are one of the holy grail items of eBay. So check that out above. This is Disney, Yoda, Duffy, Brown Bear, Star Wars. Now, I'm wondering, Dee, why you didn't put hidden Mickey in your title, because the hidden Mickey refers to the face, how that's the shape of the Mickey Mouse ears. See that? And then on the paws, we've got, well, if this will cooperate, down there on his feet, you can see he's got the Mickey Mouse silhouette on the bottom of his feet. So I think you may have gotten more if you had put hidden Mickey in there. You may have gotten more for this, but I think that was a great sale anyway. Let me just look at the pictures again real quick. Got the tag on it. Oh, this is fantastic. I have been looking for a hidden Mickey my whole career, and I've never found one, but I'm going to. I know he's out there waiting for me. Here's another hidden Mickey somewhere on his body. I don't know where that is. Maybe that's on his paw, like his hand. So there you go. Oh, it was made in 2014. So the older ones are definitely worth more. But hidden Mickey might have helped you get a little bit more money on that. Okay. Let's see. Let's pick a couple of more. Here's another St. John. I have to tell you about this one because this is another estate sale item. So if you're not looking at estate sales, you are probably missing out on some things. This is the second suit Gabby picked up. The first one sold for $250 a few months ago. Overall, it was $20 for both of these that she turned into $535. This St. John stuff is, I mean, it is primo. It is the holy grail of eBay if you're a clothing seller. So we have a just your basic pantsuit. You know, the power pantsuit is back. And it's got the 6 gold buttons on the front, so it's double-breasted with the wide lapel. And then the pants. That looks really nice. St. John by Marie Gray, that's what it's going to say on the tag. And it's sort of like a stretchy material. So she turned $10 into $315. So go watch my video about St. John if you don't know what this is, because if you learn nothing about clothing, you're going to want to learn this because the money is huge. So Gabby, I'm just wondering what you're doing with that money. Are you going on vacation? Is it going back into your business? And can I please go to an estate sale with you, because I would like to find some of that myself. Okay, let's do one more. I could sit here and do this all night, but I have to go list my own stuff. Okay. Oh, yes. Tula carriers. This is a good thing to know. Kendra. This is my first successful eBay sale. Well, congratulations, Kendra. I got this Tula as a gift when my son was born and he didn't like it, so I was ready to part with it. I listed it for $99 and received an offer of $70. I countered to $85 and it was accepted. So this is a baby carrier. I think it goes up to, or there's different sizes depending on, what the weight goes up to. But this is definitely a brand to look for if you're into baby items. It's just a front pack carrier, and they're apparently very well made. This retails for $169, and this is all the information about it. So there you go. There's her listing, and she said she got it as a gift, so she didn't pay anything for it, and it sold for $70. So there's a huge secondary market for both wedding and baby shower gifts on eBay, because either you get duplicate items or things you don't want or things that don't work. I had 2 kids. One of them hated a carrier. The other one loved it. So you just never know what's going to work for the baby you're having. So those of you that, are getting into the whole having kids chapter of your life, if things don't work, sell them, because somebody out there is looking for that exact thing. And, it's a little sticky when the person who gave you the item is like, well, how are you liking the such and such? And you don't want to say, oh, I sold it on eBay. But, there could be somebody out there that wants this exact carrier that's looking for it, and they're getting a deal because they're getting it at, in this case, $85, and it retails for $169. So everybody can win, rather than just having something sitting in a closet for 20 years that is not being used. I mean, that's my thing. It's not like I'm desperate for the money. It's just I hate to see things that are wasted, that are not being used. And it's like, if I don't need it, if I'm not using it, somebody else could be using it. So why not sell it and move it on to a home where it's going to be used and appreciated, or valued more, instead of just sitting in the closet not being used. So I guess it's that whole repurposing thing, but I just hate to see waste. Oh, okay, here's one more. Linda is one of our VA clients. I'm so glad to see this. Linda paid 99 cents during her thrift store's 99-cent sweater sale. Sold for full price in less than 2 weeks of being listed. This was listed from her first batch of listings from my VA service. So Kristen is Linda's VA, and Kristen does a fantastic job. And I have to commend Kristen, because I'm not going to say her last name, but she came on to work with us. I guess it's been about 6 weeks now, or maybe longer. And Kristen does eBay, and she has, I think, 2 kids, but she has a lung illness where she has to do breathing treatments a few times a day, I think. And she just can't have a regular job. She can't get up and go to an office because, her illness is very disruptive for her day. And so she's able to do this. She's able to work as a VA for my service, And she works about 10 hours a week, I think. But she actually does the listings while she's doing her breathing treatments. And I just have to commend her because I hear so many stories about people who, are, quote, disabled, and they can't work and can't do anything. And I'm sure there are, but I just love to see when somebody like Kristen is just, she's figured it out, and she does eBay, she has her own store, she loves it, she does great work for our clients. And then I found out that she does this while she's doing her breathing treatments, and I'm like, okay, that's ingenious. That's also so admirable. I just respect her so much for that because she's not letting this thing beat her. She's just going to keep going and doing what she can do, and her work is turned around fast. I love her. So yay, Kristen! Thank you for coming on board. And here's Linda's sweater. It's Erin Crafts, and I do have a video on that. So check that link out above. I might be out of links for this video. You only get 5, so if it's not up there, just look that up on my channel. But this is a thick cable knit sweater. Looks like it's made of wool. Yep, 100% wool, made in Ireland. And it looks like it has maybe a little flaw there, but nothing to worry about. And this sold for $60. Linda paid 99 cents and turned this into $60. So it cost her 99 cents plus the $2 for us to list it, plus her eBay and PayPal fees. So probably less than $5 in this, and it sold for $60 in less than 2 weeks. So on that note, I'm going to end the video. Would love your comments below, and thank you so much for watching. Keep listing. Go list some stuff right now, or it can't sell. Thanks for watching. Have a productive and profitable day on eBay. Bye.